Hey everyone, welcome back to Deal With It with your hosts, John, Krush, and Lenny.
What's poppin'?
Take two
I
of
don't
this
got any
podcast.
I don't got any funny names or anything today.
Yeah, we decided to take the last podcast that we recorded, I wasn't really happy with it. I feel like everyone wasn't really on our A game, so we're just
Dude, I'm on
redoing
my
it.
A game right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm feeling good, and plus there's a lot of stuff to talk about as well, which we talked a lot about something before the show began, which I really wish I could include, but I'm not because I'm not going to be a dickhead, obviously.
Word to God.
Not for first.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Okay, there was one time when I didn't beep something you said. Big fucking deal, okay?
Wait. Stupid Call of Duty. They can't.
Call of
I'm
Duty.
trying to change my
Call of Duty. Call
Activision
of
name
Duty.
to
Shut the
very
hell up.
popular, and they're not letting me.
Bruh, the Call of Duty, listen, I mean, Georgia brought up something I want to talk about, but I guess we'll get right into it. So, bruh, George already failed. I'm going to bring up the bet, okay? Because George already failed it at this point. He promised me a DoorDash. He'll just have to do it sometime. But
George, I haven't even bought it.
You'll get it in the mail.
George, I gave you a deal. I gave you a discount deal because you realize that if you did buy it, you would actually owe me $100, right?
I know, but I still haven't bought it because nothing was.
That's fine.
I said I won't. Yeah.
You just owe me, like Lester B.
I don't owe you anything yet because I'll owe you when I buy the game.
No,
George,
I made a deal with you, George. I made a deal with you basically saying if you owe me one DoorDash, then instead of you buying the game and owing me 100, then you won't owe me any money.
But here's the thing, I haven't bought the game yet, so nothing's I can show you I haven't pre-ordered the game.
No, I believe you, but like you said that you were going to though. Just not yet.
What if my mind changed?
George.
What if I
Wow, alright.
What if
Alright,
I-
George. Fine, George.
He
All
does.
right.
He
like
drives
Lester
a
B.
pretty hard in here.
Bruh, no, here's the deal though, alright? Here's the deal. So, George was so what's the word I'm looking for?
Adamant.
Adamant on not buying the new Call of Duty, which, I mean, the last few Call of Duties have been shit. Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear about Fuck Call of Duty by Richard. I'm going to hear enough of that later on, and I'm going to love it when he actually pre-orders and stops being a money-hungry. George was so determined he's not getting it, and we made this bet probably like a week ago, okay? It wasn't even that long ago. No, it wasn't even 2 weeks ago. Let's say 10 days ago, okay? We made this deal, and because I told him I'm probably gonna buy it if it looks good. Because it has zombies, and Modern Warfare 2 last year didn't have zombies, and Vanguard's just a hot pile of shit. I started playing it yesterday, and I was actually having fun with it. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed the beta, and I'm hoping the zombies will be good too. But I started playing it, and then George realized, well, I told George the beta was free, and he bought it. Well, he got the free beta, just to be clear. He didn't buy the game. But he downloaded the beta, and he fell in love with it and said, George, I lost the bet. So he's getting it.
I lost the bet, so where's
But I'm not done yet, George. So afterwards, I decided to be a very merciful, kind-hearted person that I always am, and you guys know it. And
shut up.
Yeah, I'm putting on that.
Ain't that full of shit?
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm like the wet bandits. I just rob bitches on Christmas and shit. Put my hand with sticky gloves.
You mean sticky bandits? No, wet bandits. God damn it.
I forgot which one it was. It's one of them. They should be the wet bandits. So after they flooded that one house, I will give them that though. But anyway, though, because I'm, obviously the greatest person ever, I gave George a deal. John's fucking laugh. But I gave John a deal. I told him, listen, if you agree to owe me a DoorDash right now, then I will cut you a deal, because the deal was if he gets the game, if he buys the game, or purchases the game, or owns the game in some way, which the reason I'm saying that is because he's trying to weasel out of that too. But listen, so he agreed though that if he owned the game and played the game and had the game, after it was bought and paid for, then he would owe me $100. So I was very nice to him, and I gave him a free DoorDash, which he's trying to deny it happened now, but
No. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, thanks for being generous. But at the same time, I still haven't pre-ordered the game, so nothing's set and done, bro.
You do realize that the deal was made so you wouldn't give me $100 when you pre-order the game, right? I mean, I don't care. I'll take a DoorDash any point. I'm fine with that.
I know, but
I'm just saying though. I still
I
won.
know.
I still won.
I'm a man on my word, but I still haven't let me back me up.
Just
I still haven't pre-ordered the game.
I think I just kicked my capture card by accident. God damn it.
You kicked your cat? Jesus
No!
Christ.
Dude, what is wrong with you? I kicked my capture card. This man thought I kicked my cat. Bro, if I kicked my cat, you would have heard her meow. She's loud.
Meow or scream in pain?
I guess all of the above. I'm not like Wings of Redemption, okay? Come on now. Don't spread that false rumor. Fucking trolls. Anyway, though, but real shit though. Besides the deal, I mean, I like the game. I think it's really good. It's good beta. It's hella fun, man. George, what do you think?
Beta looks really good, but
what's that?
So here's the thing. I feel like I was kind of overreacting. I'm not gonna lie, the beta is really good, but I mean, I thought about it last night on the long-term run. If I want to play this, like, well, I don't know. You remember the grind that dude, Lenny, back in Cold War, me and Krush, we were like Prestige 3 level, this and that. We were like hardcore grinding in Call of Duty.
Oh, I was max Prestige, dude. I was the Prestige Master or something like that.
Yeah.
Me and George both were, and I was it for multiple seasons. I mean, dude,
And
Cold War was fun. I played that so much in 2020. When did it come out? 2020 to 2021. Even in 2022 a little bit. Not really this year though. I think me and John played it one time this year, but that was about it. But I mean, we're gonna reboot though, and dude, we're gonna do it Friday as well.
Oh yeah, let's do. Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. We're gonna stream.
Yeah.
We're gonna stream.
Yeah, and also, John wanted to start playing Warzone too, which I'm fine with doing that because I've been playing a while, and until I rage quit and delete the game again, like Wings of Redemption, then I'll give it another try. But I'm not gonna lie though, you want to know I actually kind of like playing Warzone though, and certain FPS games on PS5, but it's only good when you have keyboard and mouse though as a PC.
George, you remember what you said like a couple months ago or even last year, dude. Usually when it's like the cold season, that's when we're like tempted to play Call of Duty games. It just feels nice. Like
it can't just be us, Lenny. Isn't that you too? During the cold season.
Hold up. During the cold season, what did John say? What does he do?
It's like I get tempted to play Call of Duty or like a lot of FPS shooting. It's just relaxing.
Not really.
Dude, that's that. Like last year,
you know
for
what?
some reason.
Well, don't just say Call of Duty. Like for like Lenny, in your case, like I mean, not just that, but like I guess video games in general, like with the boys or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
Lenny?
to be honest, not the mod, but the game that I really want to play now for some reason is Hogwarts Legacy.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I could. Wait, why? Any new updates?
Mods.
Mm.
John, that's mods are something that us PC players get because you broke can't afford a PC.
All I'm gonna say, if I'm not getting a PC until Hogwarts Legacy make a Lamar G the Third mod on Hogwarts.
All right, let's do it, Lenny. That's actually a really easy mod to make because all you have to do is retexture one of the outfits.
Or make a black person if you want to be racist.
Bro, there
And
are
put
black
braids on
people.
them.
Bro, for
I
fuck's
know.
sake.
I
He
know.
thinks
I know.
that
And it's
he thinks
braids.
that John thinks that Hogwarts is a private school for white people only, Lenny.
It is.
Bro, there's a
Dude,
well, wait, no, that dude didn't die, did he? I can't remember.
that's
No,
literally
there was no black character in Hogwarts Legacy died, based on what I know.
that's literally where Harry Potter went. Fuck you, Harry.
What the hell did you say?
Well, John, what the hell did you
Wait.
say?
Said fuck you, Harry.
Oh, I thought you said fuck me, Harry.
No.
Come on, George.
No. Dude,
Man, you're stooping quite low, aren't you?
like, have you guys ever heard of that movie? You take the rated R version of Twilight, like Vampire or something. Have you ever heard? It's like the funniest movie that I've seen so far. I forgot what it's called. It's like an R-rated version of Twilight. It's literally a copied Twilight, but like Bella or this girl is pregnant or like they're doing drugs. I gotta
think
find
he
it.
was looking up the wrong Twilight, Lenny.
Twilight.
I don't know why you're
Rated
looking up Twilight at
R
all.
version.
I don't know why
No,
you're looking
wait.
up Twilight on Pornhub, John.
No.
I don't know why, but he had that pause. He's like thinking about if he should come out and straight up admit to what he was doing, but then he decided, no. What do you think, Lenny?
Shut up. No.
I can't even think what the hell you're talking about, George. What are you talking about, dude?
Dude, there's a vampire thingy. Or dude, there was a movie. It's like,
Why
I think it's
are
called
you
Vampires.
looking this up?
Dude, the reason why I'm comparing it is it's literally that version of Hogwarts with black people.
Huh?
Is there any rated R versions of Twilight?
Wait, Lenny, we did find one apparently. We found it.
What
We
is
found
Vampire Suck?
it. What the hell am I looking
It's a
at?
parody of what?
Twilight.
So,
literally
I don't know if you can hear what my mom said, but she said it's a parody of Twilight that was really stupid.
Yeah, this does seem
that's
pretty.
it.
Bro,
Yeah.
what the hell? John, what?
It's like the thing
How
was-
does this look like a black person to you?
I said in I don't know.
Well, I guess there's one black guy. He's right here. Wait, he can't even appear full screen. Why is
At this point,
everyone else is big?
Black.
Look, all the other pictures are massively and bigger and in more detail, but the black guy's always small on the monitor.
John, if you think they're black,
no,
I think we're gonna rename you to John Biden.
No. I'm not saying. Oh my god.
Come
God
on,
damn it.
George. You think white is black? Does that mean you're black, George?
He's like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
And then all the vampires turned white. Dingy.
What? Giggity. Shut up.
Bro, Lenny. Wait, Lenny, are you there?
Of course I'm here.
Bro, I don't know why, but this man, for some reason, whenever we play GTA, he just can't. He can't for shit say dingy, and he always says giggity. And I call him quagmire every time, and he gets so fucking pissed. John,
How
say
is being
dingy.
called quagmire a bad thing?
Let me no, hold on. You want to know how? Because watch this clip right here, and then maybe you'll understand. Recognize this scene?
Yup.
Hey there, sweetie. How old are you?
16.
Quagmire flirting with an underage girl. I
I
don't
like
know.
where this is going. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
John.
No.
So Lenny, is that who you want to be? Is that who you want to be? Saying it's not that bad? Get this fucking gay ass shit off my screen.
You know, when you were gonna bring up bad Quagmire quotes, I thought you were gonna bring up the scene where he woke up next to Joe.
Oh, I remember that.
Just like, that was an amazing night. It was good for me too. Ah!
Yeah, Lenny has switched up his gender, y'all. If you don't know, he got the surgery last week. He's trying to
No, I
look like
didn't.
Caitlyn Jenner, his idol, his role
Hell
model,
no.
his husband.
Nope.
And yeah, so if you notice, Lenny's starting to cook more, clean more, you know, be
Boy,
in the
you do
bedroom
not
with
want
Lester
me.
B.
You do. Hell no, you do not want me in the kitchen. I will. I always say this every time my parents joke about me cooking. I always say this has never happened, thankfully. But I'm the type of person that could burn water.
Lenny, I'm sure you're the best cook ever. I'm sure Gordon Ramsay would love to taste your best cuisine that you can make.
The only thing I could probably make myself is frickin' packet noodles.
I mean, I can cook decently. Cooking's not that hard, dude. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can't cook like super big lasagnas yet or anything like that. But I mean, I can make like some shit. I can make breakfast for sure. I can do a bunch of different shit. I mean, I need a recipe.
Oven baked pizzas.
Come on, dude. I can do more than that.
Yeah, that's his breakfast. Just an oven baked pizza, DiGiorno for lunch, and a Papa Murphy's dinner.
What do you take me as now?
A white guy. A white guy. Oh.
This is
A
coming
white
from
tile?
This is coming from Asian Nikado Avocado over here. Come on now, man. Why you gotta disrespect me? I'm talking about John.
Hey, John. Actually, no. I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10. So I actually convinced my mom. So we'll be doing this eventually. If let's say we all three are in the same room, would you eat plutonium-9 hot sauce?
No.
Come on, if all three of us
How much?
did it,
How much?
you literally cannot eat more than a dab of it. Not even a dab.
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's really hot, obviously. I'm guessing it's the hottest hot sauce in the world.
The plutonium-9 is literally the hottest hot sauce in the world, and it's potent. And what I mean by that is, let's say you make a bowl of soup. Let's say both of you make a pot of soup, right?
Yep.
You dip not even a Q-tip. Let's say you dip a toothpick in plutonium-9 and then mix it in the pot. It will turn the whole pot of soup spicy.
I'm not surprised.
Like, there's an entire warning on the label for plutonium-9 that says, do not eat straight, food additive only. Here's the thing with plutonium-9, it's not even hot sauce. It's just straight up lab-grade capsaicin extract. Just...
Yeah, no, it sounds... I've
Come
never
on,
had
John.
it, but...
I would wonder why, because it's like $100 for a vial of it.
Oh, hell no. Fuck that.
If I buy it.
I mean, you can buy it. I mean, if you buy it, I'll take a little dab. It all depends on what we're eating, though.
Come on.
Are we talking about soup?
I don't... No, you will be putting that shit on a cracker.
Oh, what the hell,
Dude.
dude?
George, I mean, George
Here.
number 2, I thought you were going to say
Fine, if I get
on
water.
a flaming hot Cheeto. Water stuff.
Yeah.
What, George, you're worried
It won't. No
George-
water would make it worse.
George, you're worried. George, are you saying you're worried about eating flaming hot Cheetos? Are you afraid that you'll end up like
Or that-
little Xan or something and go to the hospital?
So, John,
Come on, George.
if I brought a vial of it, you
No.
wouldn't eat it.
Nope. No.
All right, then me and Krush are gonna be big. Me and Krush are gonna be men, and you're gonna be the bitch to bring us milk and ice cream.
I'm down with that.
But here's a catch.
And you're cleaning Lenny's bathroom.
No
Oh,
one's
hell
cleaning
no.
my bathroom. I clean my own bathroom. But here's the thing. Me and my mom are gonna try it. And I'm more than likely gonna record it on my phone. You want me to send you guys the video?
Face
Hell,
reveal.
I mean, sure.
Well, you've seen what I look like, John. But
No, I don't.
No, that
but
was
here's
me,
a catch.
dude.
Oh yeah. But here's a catch. If I send you the video, that goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
Obviously.
And delete it afterwards.
Well, it would be an unlisted YouTube link.
Why are you posting
Uh-huh.
it on YouTube, dude? Why not just...
Unlisted YouTube link.
That doesn't matter, bro. You do realize people can find unlisted, right? Don't
Yeah.
post on YouTube, the fuck? Just send us a video on, like, Snapchat or whatever.
Discord.
That or I'll just send you a Google Drive link.
I like Google, though.
Again, every time you send us a Twitter link, it looks like you're sending us a porn link.
It really does. George, are you
Oh,
sending us that vampire movie that you've been talking about?
No. Apparently someone jumped, by the memorial, the World Trade Center. The memorial.
Alright, you wanna watch it?
You go ahead.
Y'all watching my screen?
Yep,
I
now I
just
am.
saw it.
Alright, let's see it. Wait, let's start at the beginning. Why is this... Wait, is this guy trying to... What the hell? What a
Is that
fucking...
blood?
It has to be. Well, now there's definitely blood, I'll tell you that. How deep is that?
Hold on, replay what happened?
How did you not see that?
Oh, I 100% see that now. Wee.
Slip and slide.
Lenny, since you're smart, how deep is that?
I don't know.
Alright, wait, hold on. That was, hold on, we can look it up. 9/11 Memorial... How... Fucking... God, piss off, Google.
Dude, waterfall.
Okay, nah, he's dead. This guy's dead.
Well, hold on. Go back to the link, the Twitter. It
No,
literally says
apparently he
taken to the
suffered, like, a
hospital with a
broken
leg injury. Criminal charges are pending. Okay, so he survived.
What? How do you survive that?
Probably landed on this, like, not in the full set.
Wee.
That...
And you don't know how deep the water is down there. Probably the water saved them.
Yeah, but dude, if you fall from a high height onto water, it still acts like concrete, doesn't it?
Unless you do something to break the surface tension.
Like what?
You know how high divers always put their hands forward, or they'll point their feet straight into like a needle.
Bro, does that guy look like he's a professional diver to you? He looks like a junkie.
No, he looks like a professional flopper, if anything.
I don't know. Maybe he's like an anchor.
Lester B.
Probably.
Lester B in New York.
Lester B took the wrong type of edible and ended up in the memorial last night, boys. What a retard, though. How stupid are you? Bro.
So speaking of 9/11, did you guys hear that Israel's at war now?
I was actually about to mention that. I don't know. Do you guys know the details? Because I don't really know the details.
I do.
Let me go ahead.
Can you explain?
So, what happened was, if you look at the country of Israel, there's like the little tiny place on Israel called Gaza, and it's called the Gaza Strip. And this is an area pretty much filled with Muslims.
Wait, George, good news. I'm gonna just stay for the whole podcast. Through the Orioles.
Bet. All right. Let me keep going.
But what happened was, for many years, it's kind of just been there with Israel. And I think a lot of people are saying they were oppressed by Israelis, but I'll be honest, unless I see full proof of that, I don't believe it. But what happened was, on Friday night, a group called Hamas that runs Gaza launched missiles into Israel and hit multiple civilian targets, and then ground troops of Hamas fighters moved into Israel and opened fire on civilians and took I think like 50 people hostage and sent them to Gaza City.
Mhm.
Pretty much this is how it's described. It's Israel's 9/11 because those rockets
Jesus.
killed a lot of people. Like a few hundred people on Friday night died from those rockets.
Damn. Wait,
And then on Saturday,
what was
what?
the main target? Like, what buildings got hit by the missiles?
Civilian. They were mainly civilian targets.
Oh,
Civilian targets, and then I'm pretty sure they fired on some of the military targets, but the Iron Dome that Israel has stopped a lot of them. And what happened was
right?
no. What happened though was, in response, Israel completely declared war on Hamas,
Mhm.
and now they've blockaded Gaza. They're pretty much leveling the city, and I think they're about to send in ground troops. But here's the thing this is the one thing that I really don't like is I'm open about this. It's like, if you're Islamic, I don't care. If you're a radical Islamic, I'll kill you myself.
Same here. Fuck that shit.
And
bro.
here's the thing: you have people here in the U.S., and then you have people like Teo. They support Hamas in this fight.
Well, dude, you have to take Teo with a grain of salt because he's joking about a lot of that stuff. But
Yeah,
and Yusef is making jokes too. Nobody, dude. I don't think many people are for this.
there's people in New York. There was literally fights between protesters in New York. What happened was one group of protesters was protesting on the side of Israel, one group was protesting on the side of Palestine and Hamas, and they got into a fight in the middle of New York City. So you have idiots here and they're like, oh, Israeli oppression of Hamas started this fight, and then you have some like news outlets in the Middle East also blaming Israeli oppression of Gaza for the start of this war. But in reality, who fired the fucking first shot?
Exactly, bruh. And anyone that
It's
supports
like,
that shit,
the
get
thing
those
with-
fucking traitors out of here, because that's like
The
supporting
thing with-
9/11.
This is what I completely agree with my dad when he says this kind of stuff. And you know what? Word for word, what he says. Word for word, this is how he thinks. If you support a terrorist group, you deserve to get beaten, and you should experience the slowest, most painful death humanly possible.
No, they should, dude, because they've been killing kids and shit, and then
Here's the thing: Holocaust well, it's confirmed there was Americans killed, yes, and there's about 10 Americans that are held hostage in Gaza, confirmed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's a serious situation when Biden actually does something.
Yeah,
Wait.
his fucking babysitters were like, Biden, wake up. There was a
Lenny, I
fucking
have a
9/11
question.
in Israel. You
'Cause
gotta say
I'm
something.
What, John?
I'm clueless with our allies, but are we allies with Israel?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, they're dead.
So the thing with Israel is, in the Middle East Israel is the only democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing with Israel as well. It's also the only country that's predominant religion is Judaism, and that's why it gets a lot of hate from the Islamic countries around it.
Yeah.
But no, the US and Israel, we're very close allies.
Gotcha.
Wait,
and
but
this is one-
who's allied with Pakistan?
Pakistan, so China for one. But you mean Gaza?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pakistan's next to India. But give me a sec to burp, but with Gaza, it's a lot of people are blaming Iran for this war because Iran's the one that funds Hamas.
Yeah, fuck Iran, dude. Iran and Afghanistan can fucking perish.
And the thing that I will openly say here on recording is, if a U.S. hostage gets executed by Hamas, I fully support the U.S. declaring war.
I support the atomic bomb being dropped on their ass. Not
I
like
do not support the atomic bomb.
I support
That's
on
one
Iran and Afghanistan, dude. Fuck
I
them.
no, I completely am against hitting the red button.
Why? Your nuclear
Have you
warfare?
ever heard of them? Have you ever heard of the Mad Doctrine?
No.
So, it's an old Cold War tactic that's still around to this day. The Mad Doctrine stands for Mutually Assured Destruction. And what it means is, if one country hits the red button, every country hits the red button. For example, if Russia nukes Ukraine, the US nukes Russia, Europe nukes Russia, and China nukes the US. Congratulations, you destroyed the world.
Fine.
So
Then don't do
who's
that.
gonna fire a nuke when you know you launch one nuke, it's gonna result in the destruction of everyone and there will be no winners. That's the Mad Doctrine, and it so far worked fairly okay. It held the Soviet Union from hitting the red button.
That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. But fine, don't
Yeah,
do
the
that
Mad
then. Yeah.
That's why I'm very against nuclear warfare, is the Mad Doctrine. And here's the thing with nuclear warfare too. Think of it this way. Even in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, to this day, if you take a Geiger counter there, you're still gonna get slightly above normal readings of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Not
A
surprised.
nuclear bomb is not a nuclear bomb should not be used in conventional warfare. That is a planet destroying weapon, because it doesn't just destroy the surrounding area, but it sends a bunch of radioactive dust all over the surrounding area into the atmosphere that the wind then carries around the world. So you even launch one small nuke, you're going to destroy a city, and then you're going to spread radiation to an almost like amounts of radiation hundreds of miles away. And then that area you nuked will be uninhabitable for a few months, few years, depending on which bomb you drop.
Well,
It's
just
like, what's the
realize it
point?
may not be us that does that first.
I know.
So it may
That's the-
happen anyway.
It's like,
I-
I am very against nuclear weapons. Like, do I like this is where I agree with Democrats a little bit more, is if every country decided to de-arm their nuclear arsenal, I would be fully supporting that. I would fully support that.
I would
But here's
too,
the catch.
but that's
This is
not
where
gonna happen.
this is where the Republican side of me comes out. If the US does it, no other country will do it, and they'll take advantage of that.
Exactly. And nobody's really gonna do that. Nobody. Why would people do that? It's a leverage.
Exactly. And it's a scare tactic. Now, what was your question, John?
So when they're, because I mean, Oppenheimer, we saw that. What did they use to make the nuclear bomb? Like, what did they install in the bomb itself
Depends on the bomb.
to make it powerful?
So in Little Boy and Fat Man, I believe it was enriched uranium. Most nuclear weapons use enriched uranium or plutonium,
Uh huh.
which are obviously very dense. They're very dense metals that are highly radioactive. And the reason they use them is because of the energy they give off.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is, with that energy, when you launch a nuclear weapon and you arm it, that energy just builds up so much that it literally implodes on itself.
Jeez.
And that's what causes that mushroom cloud.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but then you have some weapons that use you have like hydrogen bombs that have hydrogen in them as well. So it very much depends on the bomb. I think one of the US's biggest nuclear weapons was Tsar bomb, not Tsar bomb, but that was actually the Soviet weapon, was a Castle Bravo. And I think it had like 35 megatons, which is around 35 megatons is about I think it's like 35. It's like 350 million tons of TNT.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton.
Jeez.
Yes. And then you had Tsar Bomba, which was made by the Soviet Union, which exploded at 50 megatons. And Tsar Bomba to this day is the largest nuclear weapon in history. If Tsar Bomba was detonated in Germany, its blast radius itself would take out most of Germany, and then its fallout zone would pretty much leave Europe almost completely uninhabitable.
Hmm.
It was such a dangerous weapon to use.
Jeez.
All right, but the big question though is, what do you think with this attack? I mean, what do you think's gonna happen though? Going back.
I think so. It's already going on. Today is day 4, and this is my view on it. What it looks like right now is Israel is going to send in the troops, and they're gonna completely occupy Hamas, and they're gonna completely occupy Gaza.
Yeah.
This is Israel. This is Jerusalem. And then Gaza, you can see it's right here. It's this tiny, tiny green place right here.
Dude, what are they thinking? They're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna get so
On top-
fucked up.
Here's the other thing with Israel compared to most other countries. You know how in Korea everyone is military trained?
No. I don't know
Okay.
shit about this stuff, dude.
I forget. So in Korea, there's a law that requires every man and woman for at least 18 months must serve in the military.
It's
Not just something people do, it's completely
required.
a reality there. It is a law.
Yeah.
You cannot get around it.
George, I hate to say this, but like, you look at BTS, they're a big group, but they still have to serve their country.
Yes.
I'm not surprised. Like, that does make sense, though.
The big reason that they have to do it there is because this is the best way to put it. Unlike the United States, Korea, and even not Jerusalem, but Israel. I believe Israel has it too, but I might be wrong. But they're constantly under threat of attack, like Korea has North Korea, and Israel has every country around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of required to keep their population strong. They require military service.
That does make sense, yeah.
Yes.
Versus
The
us,
US
we're
doesn't-
a superpower,
yeah.
so.
Well, so is Korea, but
Yeah, but we're a bigger one, dude. Come on.
that, and unlike Korea, we're not under direct threat or surrounded by enemies.
Right now, though. That's where I was gonna ask, though. Because showing that map, I mean, it looks like the North versus the South in the Civil War. Like, they're just gonna get dominated. Like B-Boy and his roommate from long ago. But, and Lenny, please tell me you get that one.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. But what do you think? Do you think they'll get backup or whatever? And do you think the U.S. would step in? I'm just curious because again, I don't know shit about this. I just want your opinion.
U.S. has already pretty much openly said that if any country steps in, the U.S. will step in.
But what do you think?
And that's
You think they will?
No. The only other country I can see getting involved is Lebanon. Because there's another terrorist group in Lebanon that's also fired shots into Israel. Right now, the worst case scenario is a war on two fronts.
Mm-hmm.
Can you list the allies the US are with?
Oh, this is fun.
There's a lot of countries that are allied with the U.S., John. So, am I going to be able to name off all of them? Not even close.
Come on, Lenny,
Hey,
you're
man,
the expert here.
I mean, we should be allies with Japan.
We
They
are.
can forgive it.
Japan, we're allies with
Wait,
Japan.
what?
We're allies with South Korea.
How the hell, after what we did to them?
Yes.
Well, you forget, John, that they also did this thing called Pearl Harbor on us as well. So, I mean, there's that.
How the hell did
That
we
and
allies?
well, here's the thing with Japan. Did we kick their ass in World War II? Yes, but they also kicked our ass a little bit. And here's the other catch. We didn't just leave them to destruction. The US, once they surrendered, did help clean up and rebuild.
Yeah, we have honor. Well, I don't know if we have as much now, but we do.
Dude, Japan versus USA reminds me of Ravens and Steelers. That's how I compare the two.
No,
But yeah,
Imagine them
South
winning.
Korea.
Nah. We're like this Ravens
Ooh,
versus
I forgot
the
a big-
Steelers is
I-
like Russia versus the US. Lenny, go.
I forgot a big ally in Asia that you guys better know. Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taiwan is a big one. Well, it's really a small country, but big ally. South Korea, Japan, Philippines, India.
Bruh, I guarantee. What would you guys? How do you think you guys would do if you were in war? In like the army? Well, which branch first of all would y'all be in? I gotta hear it.
John would be in the Navy.
Lenny, would you be in the Navy just so you can turn the ocean yellow?
I'll
No,
probably, dude, I kind of want to be in the Air Force, not gonna lie.
you're not smart enough to do that. You'd be a Marine.
Shut up.
Mermaid.
A Marine.
Oh, I thought you said mermaid.
Okay, so one thing you learn at the VA and from Wyatt, the branches make fun of each other, and John would be in the Navy, Krush, you would be in the Army.
Probably.
Krush would be in the Army, John would be in the Navy, and me, I'd probably be... Honestly, I would probably be in the Air Force.
All right.
So the reason I say that is, in the Air Force, the Army's out in the field, not showering for months on end, doing all the groundwork, and in the Air Force get air-conditioned offices.
Yeah, but dude, like if you have to.
And this is why I say John's in the Navy. And here, John, I'll give you two options: Marines or the Navy. Take your pick. Marines or Navy.
God.
Take your pick.
Marines.
Okay, so you're dumb as hell. Gotcha.
Shut up.
So here's the joke with the Marines. It's if you become a Marine, you're either if you become a Marine, you either wanted to serve your country and you're too stupid for the army, or you're too stupid from the army and broke.
Man.
That's the big thing.
It's perfect.
That's the big
for
thing.
'em.
And then if you're in the John, do you want to pick the Navy now?
Sure, I want to pick the Navy.
So you like listening to heartbeat at the bang of your drum and having your crewmate penetrate your asshole every night. What happened was he was telling me a story, and he used to get. So when he was in the army, he would go out to these bars, right?
Yeah.
And him and his friends, one time they saw a bunch of Navy personnel there, and they looked to him and go, "Hey." The army calls the Navy squids and.
Mm-hmm.
They call the Air Force pussies. They call the Marines jarheads and crayon eaters.
Dude, I can't see why it's calling someone a. He's just.
I remember one story he told me. Him and his friends were at a bar, and it got so rowdy. But him and his friends got into almost like a screaming match with the other people from other branches at the bar, and they actually had military police called on them.
Jesus.
Nice. I don't know. I feel like I would definitely be in the army. That works for me.
And here's the thing with the army. Every weekend, when you get a weekend off, you have something called a security briefing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what a security briefing in abstract is?
Mm-hmm.
Don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population, and if you get arrested, assert dominance, and we're not coming to get you.
Jesus.
Well, that's a loyalty for you.
Well, because here's the thing, it's don't add to the population, so don't go knock a random girl up. Don't subtract from the population. I don't think I need to explain what that means. I don't think I need to explain what subtracting from the population means. And if you get arrested, they're not going to get you right away, so you're going to be spending a few days in the slammer, so take dominance.
Jesus.
And that's actually what I remember asking Wyatt this, and he said the part of don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population is accurate.
That does make
But
sense.
the yeah, but in he didn't. When I asked him about the jail thing, he said he either no. I think he said no. And here's the other thing with the oh my gosh, I remember this is one thing that I got. This is one thing I got to love about the VA is the people there, because the thing with them is they're all army vet. Most of them are veterans themselves. And I remember there was one guy my mom used to work with. I'm actually I'll say his name because it's literally John. I'm not kidding. But
God damn it.
he was in the army and he was this really tall guy too. He was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And funniest thing was he had every time he would see someone come into the clinic, he would go look at them because he was a veteran too, by the way. I think I've said that already. But he would see them and go, "Hey, what branch are you in?" And if they looked at him and said, "Oh, I was in the Marines," he would say, "Hold on, let me get you a crayon to fill out your paperwork. Here, let me get you a crayon."
Mm-hmm.
Or if they said, "Oh, I was in the Air Force," he'd say, "Oh, is the air conditioning good enough for you here?" He'd make fun of them for their branch. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
Just want to move on.
I was gonna say though, what would you? I was gonna say though, what would you? How y'all think you would handle it though? Like, let's say you were in your branches or whatever. Like, would I can imagine John's probably gonna end up in the army too, because I don't know. I feel like John's not quite Marine material. I feel like he's more.
Got half of a brain.
He's not diamond
John,
material for the
John,
Marines.
I'm giving you a credit here. You have a brain, so you wouldn't be a Marine.
I feel like John would be more army though, anyway. But I can imagine.
But the real question is, do you have the brains for the Air Force?
Dude, I mean, if I'm passionate for it, I'm gonna like work my ass off.
Yeah, but we're going off the assumption that we're being forced into the shit, okay? Because if we're passionate for it, like, that level, then we'll actually do it. Huh?
Dude, because I'm gonna be honest with you, before I did look into joining, not the army, but military.
Really?
Before college, I had thoughts of it. But the reason what backed me down was being away from family.
That's fair enough, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't want to be killed. That's me.
Yeah, that's another big reason.
I mean, there's that, but joining the army doesn't always mean that there's a chance that you're gonna be killed. I mean, you could also you could work in different type of fields. You don't have to be in combat.
Disabled.
I mean, you could, but like, dude, if it was me, I just can't. I don't know what I would do though. But I'm just saying though, specifically, like if y'all were in the field, like how you think you would handle it. I pictured John. He's gonna think it's like Call of Duty in real life. He's just gonna be sliding and shit, just trying to kill people. Or and Lenny's gonna be like in trench warfare, and then like people are gonna be like, "We gotta get him," and then his sergeant will look at Lenny. "Lenny, what the hell are you doing? We're under fire!" And then you see Lenny just taking a shit in the dunes.
Here's the thing with me: I can keep calm under pressure.
Oh no, I'm saying it as in like you were just taking a dump, and then randomly everyone was on fire. And all that shit. I don't know. Maybe Lenny's preparing the nuke.
Here's the thing with me. If you remember when you were said you get forced into that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't be drafted.
Oh
Must
yeah, I
be
forgot about
more.
that.
I am an only child.
That's fucking dumb, bro. Like, who cares?
I am an only child. I cannot be drafted.
That's
Lenny, fuck you.
that's dumb though. Like, why do they?
No, it is
Why is that
not.
a thing? Yes, it is. You're just
It's
saying
called
it's
a
not dumb.
generation.
No,
No,
you're just
here's the
biased.
thing. You want to know the reason?
Yes.
So imagine this. Imagine this, Crush. You had, let's assume you had no siblings, right?
Sure.
You had no siblings, your dad was an only child, your mom was an only child, and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Unlikely, but let's assume for this scenario. Let's say you had a son, right? An only child son and or daughter, whatever. They're the only one that can pass your gene and like pass your family name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say they get drafted and they die. That's where your family tree ends. That's
Bruh.
why they have that law, so they can preserve family trees. And maybe here's the thing too. This
Dude,
is a big.
I
This
really
is a
don't
big
care,
pressure.
honestly.
This is
'cause,
a
like,
big pressure for me
if
too.
you're
Like I'm an only.
hold on, real quick. If you're, I don't really care. I get what you're saying, but like, the way I see it, if you're a citizen, then like, just everyone should do it. If you're a certain age, like,
The thing with me
your
is,
parents
can
have
I
a
be
chance
drafted?
of. Yeah, go on.
Can I be drafted? Only in very dire scenarios, and I can only be in non-combat roles.
Bruh.
Must be nice.
I mean, I'm not sure. You
And
know,
here's
trying
the
to make it.
catch with
Oh yeah, go on.
you
Go on.
say like, oh, my parents can have another chance with another kid. No, they cannot.
Bruh, I don't care because
Lenny,
My
I have a
mom
again,
is
question.
infertile.
if you're a citizen, then I'm not saying this by the way because I want you to go to war. Just to make that
I'm
clear,
also saying
I don't want
this,
any of
and
us to go to war.
I get Wyatt's already called me a pansy for this, but here's the thing with me. Me and my family also have another scenario. If I ever got a draft card in the mail, A would challenge it because I'm an only child. And if that didn't work, I will be on the first plane to Nepal.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were gonna say that too. Lenny's
Yep,
pulling
'cause
the
I can just
Muhammad
go-
Ali.
Nope, because I can just go there. I have an NRN card, and if I have to, I will completely ditch my U.S. citizenship, and I will get a Nepalese citizenship.
Lenny, couldn't I
That's
do that?
literally
Because I
pulling
feel
an
like I
Ali,
have that.
basically.
I'm fine with that.
Lenny, am I able to do it? Because I'm a dual citizenship.
I think you
I have
can.
dual
You
citizenship.
probably
Here's
could.
actually, this is the funny thing with draft. If they did announce a draft before you get your card in the mail, John, go to the Philippines, because if you get the card in the mail and you get prosecuted for it, you can challenge it saying you weren't in the country at the time. Therefore, your draft card was invalid.
No,
yeah,
no, no. Like,
yeah, but
I
won't
already
they just
have a
send
card.
another one?
They can't mail it to the Philippines.
No, I mean if he comes back and challenges it.
Could they? Yes, but more than likely he'd be stupid if he came back while they were still drafting.
No,
Well,
but like,
yeah,
let's
but,
say they I literally ditched the U.S. while they were drafting, right? Came
Mhm,
back
draft
after the
dodging.
draft. Yeah, after the war, or after the draft, came back.
You
Will I
could
get
not come back to
penalized?
the U.S.
I couldn't. Oh yeah, you're right.
You will be a fugitive.
Oh shoot, yeah. Oh yeah, I would have to give up my citizenship.
Yes, you will be a fugitive and considered a traitor to the United States.
I can't even go back as a tourist.
No, you will be prosecuted on the spot.
Jeez.
You will be invalid for a visa, citizenship, green card, etc., etc., etc. And if you
Damn.
are caught, you can face life in prison.
Sheesh.
that sounds
Has-
fun.
Has
is
anyone done that? Has anyone done that before?
Muhammad Ali.
Dude, what if John, do you not listen?
Oh shit.
Come on, man.
Random question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually?
For
Sorry,
who?
clear my
Me and
throat.
John?
Mainly you, because you're the one that said it. Is it true that do you actually not care if someone's an only child, they should be drafted?
No, because if you're a citizen, then you should be treated as a citizen. It's fair, dude. Like, so what?
Yeah, but a family tree or a bloodline could literally end in their death.
Bro, I don't care. Like, if you're a citizen, that's what you signed up for before being in the country. That could happen in, where was it? Did you say Japan or Korea?
Korea? Yeah, but that's
yeah, where
everyone.
it's mandatory.
It's
Yeah.
mandatory, doesn't mean you serve.
Yeah, but what if you do serve, though, in that? And what if you're an only child? It's the same principle.
Mm-hmm. But the US has the law, Korea does not.
I'm talking about the draft. But, oh, wait,
I know.
no, you're talking about the, okay, never mind. But, nah, dude, I mean, if you're a citizen, I think it's fair. Like, I think everyone should. If you're, you know, well, not everyone, but of everyone of a certain age, you know? So,
The
no,
most common term is of able body too.
yes.
Lenny, I have a question.
So, no,
So
I
what if-
don't care. And
what
I
if
may
you're
sound
a-
cold-blooded, but, like, I think it's fair.
Lenny,
I
so what if you
personally... Go ahead, John. Sorry.
what if you have a green card? Are you still eligible?
To draft? To
Yeah.
be drafted? No.
Yeah. Really?
It's only citizens.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you this,
So
though. They should draft and force all the illegals to go into the army, and if they want to, then deport them, and then they're fugitives.
Actually, you want to know one thing with the army, and actually any armed forces branch. If let's say you're an immigrant, you could just, if you're an immigrant, what you can do is you could literally just go into any branch for a few months, and then you can become a citizen. Like, there's a few ways to become a citizen, and that's through the long, tedious legal process, or you can serve in the military.
I think that's fair.
It is fair.
Dude, I think that would actually be something good, actually. Because if, imagine you forced all these fucking illegals to serve, and then they could come back legal. You know? Or we
you need
get
to
rid
be
of
a
them.
legal. You need to be a legal immigrant, I believe, to do that.
Oh, so if you were to enter illegally, that doesn't apply as well?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well. Alright, well...
And that's actually for any country in the world. You could technically join any country's military and become a citizen that way. I know in France you can join the Foreign Legion, and then you become a citizen with full rights and everything, pretty much within a few months.
Well, I say given how many illegals we have now, I say draft all of them, and then they can come back. Then they can come back illegally. Eduardo can leave a former
Don't
drug
say
dealer.
Eduardo.
Why not? What's wrong with Eduardo, Lenny?
You remember that one YouTuber I watch, Eddie VR? His name is Eduardo.
Alright, fine, I don't know. Fucking...
And everyone jokes around with him. No, I'm fine with you saying it. It's just funny as hell, because I just think of him.
Fine, we'll say Don Eladio, okay? Don Eladio will leave as a drug dealer and then come back as a reformed U.S. citizen.
And then become a drug dealer.
And then to become a mass drug lord as a citizen. I mean, I'm joking, obviously, but, like, I mean, I don't think that would be a bad idea, though, given how many illegals we have. I mean, is that turned? I mean, what do y'all think?
I mean, it also depends if... The question is, can you trust one in battle?
I mean, if you can't, then... As Darth Sidious would say, execute Order 66. You know, you just fucking kill them if they don't do it at that point, or deport them. That's the options I would give them. Like, you can either serve the country and then come legally, or we deport you, and if you try something, then you die. I think that's a fair trade for being an illegal immigrant. What do you think?
In my head, I just hear, ban Don Eladio. You're banned, go to the army. You're banned.
Either go to the army, leave, or get the... Well, no, either die, go to the army, or get the fuck out.
Then you have Richard. Richard's just a draft person. He's like, all right, look here. Look, listen, my name's not friggin' Sergeant Richard. It's Sergeant.
It's Sergeant Jordan. Bro, oh my god,
My name's
imagine
not
Richard
friggin'
being
Sergeant. It's Richard. It's Richard. Damn it.
That's like that one scene from SpongeBob. Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Imagine if Richard worked at a 9 to 5 normally, and then someone called in and was like, "Hey, is this Richard? All right, look here, look, listen." Like some regular customer support job or whatever. They're like, "Do I speak with Richard? All right, look here, look, listen." But yeah, I don't know.
Call center.
Dude, he's so fat. What other job is he gonna do?
This is another thing that I kind of want to say this, but I kind of just want to call John a retard.
Oh, now I have
why?
to hear this. Now I have to hear this.
Because organic chemistry is actually quite easy.
Really?
God damn it, George.
It has no math. There's literally like the only math you do is addition, a little bit of multiplication, and division. That's it. And the rest of it is just putting pictures together.
John, what's 12 times 6, homeboy?
Dude,
72
What?
Crush.
What do you say?
72.
Why are you saying...
He said
what?
chicken. He said chicken. He said chicken.
I know
He
what...
said chicken.
Dude, I know what 12 times 6 is. I'm asking John. No, and that's
Crush,
also a
what's 12
Richard
ti-
quote.
Okay, real quick. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna say a few questions
12
rapidly,
tables.
and I want you to.
Or less.
No, I'm gonna give you any multiplication problem, and if you take more than 5 seconds to answer it, I'm calling you an idiot. Or if you answer incorrectly. Okay, ready? And this
Fuck
goes for
this.
both you and John, okay? And John, be serious about this because this is your entire reputation right now.
Alright, bring it.
All right, 8 times 7,
52.
56.
56. Crush
Damn
your
it.
retard.
I'm stupid.
7 times 4,
28.
28.
good. 12 times 12,
144.
144.
correct. Let's see. 9 times 8,
72.
correct. 9 times 9,
81.
81.
3 times 7,
21.
4 times 4.
16.
16.
Let's go 10 times 5,
50.
50.
5 times 6,
30.
30.
Yeah, 30. Fuck.
12 times 0.
0.
0.
I tried confusing you guys with that one.
George, George number 2. Remember, I don't know if you guys...
Wait, who's George number 2? Is it Lenny?
Lenny.
Oh, okay.
You remember it's like Math Olympics? Like, it's like, you get time for like 1 minute, you try to do as much multiplication. Bro,
Oh, I
I'm always-
remember that.
Yep.
I remember that.
I'm
So-
always first in that.
Okay, so did your school ever just hand out a sheet full of multiplication problems and you had like a set amount of time to do it?
Yes.
Like a minute. You
Yeah.
do a minute.
Yeah.
Well, for my class, it wasn't a minute. It was like a 5-minute timer, and then you had to write down what time you finished at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my record time was?
What, like a
53
minute?
seconds.
Multiplication, 52 seconds for 56 problems.
How do you
52
fucking write
seconds
that
and 50
fast? Jesus.
56 problems in 52 seconds. Division, I did 56 problems in 48 seconds. And then addition, I did 56 problems in 56 seconds. Subtraction, 56 problems in 50 seconds exact.
I'm not
I was
surprised, but like, how
I
do you
was the
write that fast?
fastest kid in my class. Actually, not in my class, the whole school.
How do you fucking write that fast? That's my question.
Here's the thing, you have very little time to write, and what I did was I used a pen. Pens flow faster than a pencil. So what I would do is I would literally
That is
just
true.
see the question and immediately know the answer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, still, that's crazy fast to write, though. I mean, I'm more impressed with your writing, honestly.
Yeah, I remember my teacher, my 5th grade teacher, when she was like, okay, so she looks at me and goes, all right, Lenny, what was your time? 52 seconds. She goes, what? Because she saw me immediately finish at less than a minute mark and throw my pen on my desk. And she's like, there's no way you're done. I'm like, I am done.
I mean, I would always get mine done. I don't, the whole sheet. I don't remember what timer I had, but I was good at that shit.
So, this is going to make me sound like a complete nerd. Are you guys okay with it real quick before we end this?
Nope, absolutely not.
Okay, so...
No, I'm kidding. Go for it.
Okay, so what happened was, when I was in middle school, one of the math teachers wanted to start a math club to do, because my state has this one competition that comes around every few years, and it's pretty much where a bunch of schools come together, and it's to see who's better at math.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in 6th or 7th grade at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, my teacher, it's 7th or 8th grade, not 6th. But my teacher, she comes up to me, and she's like, hey, I'm going to use my real name here. She goes, hey, Jane, she's like, do you want to come to the tryouts? I'm like, tryouts? And it's like, tryouts? I'm like, what do you mean tryouts? And she's like, oh, I'm starting a math club. And I'm like, I mean, I was never very interested in clubs to begin with. And I was like, not really. And then afterwards, I don't know what she did, but all of my friends that I knew came up to me all at once and said, hey, you should join the math club.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, I was like, why do you guys want me to join so badly? And they're like, okay, just come to one practice. By the way, I didn't go the tryout. But, they were like, just come to one practice. I'm like, fine. So I go to the first practice after tryouts, and the teacher that was hosting it, she pulls out this like 4 to 5 page math exam, and she's like, okay. And it was filled with different grade levels. And she's like, okay, you guys complete this exam and we'll see how everyone scores, so what we need to practice on. And I was sitting at the back. I was sitting pretty much at the teaching assistant desk, because I was that one student that sat right there. And I remember I was like, okay, fine, I'll just do it, get it over with, so she can leave me the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. You know, as every good student, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
So I go there and I sit down and I do my exam. Never get a call from her after that. I'm like, did I finally get her off my ass? And I was like, I said I would only do one practice. And then a few months pass, and my friends approach me again. They're like, hey, you need to come to the math club again. I'm like, why? I'm like, so the competition's coming up. And I'm like, why should I even be able to go? I didn't go to any of the practices. And they're like, we'll tell you later. So I go to the math club practice after that day, and the teacher is already handing out permission forms to go to the competition. And she looks at me and goes, oh, so they actually convinced you to come? I'm like, sure. So why am I on the roster to go, even though I didn't come to any of the practices? And she looks at me and goes, well, remember that practice exam I gave everyone? I go, yeah. She looks at me and goes, you're the only one that actually aced it. Like, everyone else got a failing score on it. I aced it.
A failing?
Everyone else failed it. Like, did not even pass it. Yet I got like a 96% on it. I practically aced it. So she didn't even bother asking me to come to other practices.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And I was like, okay. I go to the math competition and I get 4th place.
Nice.
And
in what? Like what? Your state or your region?
State.
Or that's pretty good. That's really good.
I got 4th place, but I was behind 3 children from the Chinese charter school.
All right.
I'm done boring you guys with stories now.
All right. Do y'all want to watch the Mr. Nightmare video? Because we kind of did start doing that. Not
you
last
guys-
video,
yeah,
but 2 videos ago.
I'm gonna go right away.
George, you want to play Call of Duty later?
Dude, hell yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
Call of Duty.
Wait, real
Call of
quick,
Duty.
Yeah.
before we do this, let's check out the Orioles score, George.
Dude, that's why I've been quiet. Dude, you don't even want to look. We're gonna get it. It's over.
Dude. George is about to cry, dude. George is about to cry. George, how sad are you gonna be?
My dad called me saying, how about them Orioles?
What did you say back? George,
Shut
you.
up, shut up, shut
did
up.
you just say shut up on the phone?
No, I tell him to F off.
Is he not an Orioles fan?
He is. He just...
I can't wait to go up to my dad later. Dude, my dad's gonna be sad though. He's not gonna be like... He's gonna be mad, but he's gonna be sad. George, how sad are you though?
Dude, that's why I've been quiet.
George has been moaning right now this whole time, crying about the Orioles. George, this is the 3rd game that Maryland's lost, man. It's funny.
Shut up.
Over the weekend, the Ravens lost to the Steelers. And then the Orioles
up.
lost too, and now they're losing again. I feel kind of bad though, because I actually kind of like the Orioles.
John's like, Iron Man.
Dude, it does. The score is pretty bad though. 0-6 right now. How are they doing so terrible? Jesus. All right. Anyway, all right. While the Ravens get blacked in the field, we're gonna conclude this off, y'all, and we're gonna watch Mr. Nightmare. And this one isn't as long. This one's relatively short, actually. 14 minutes. Well, real quick, Lenny, you see my screen? So this is 3 scariest true stories and haunted houses attractions. Now, real quick, before we begin, there was, I mean, we can talk about this more like when Halloween comes up, but like you've been in haunted houses. I've been in the one haunted house, but what's the scariest haunted house you've been in, Lenny? I'm just
Walking
curious.
Dead.
Where's that? Where was that located? If you don't mind me
Orlando, Florida.
asking. How scary was it? Like, what'd you see?
Scary. This is just gonna make me sound like a pussy, but it's The Walking Dead. I don't really know what else to say here.
So you were running from zombie? Yeah, but what kind of environment? Was it in like a freaky environment?
It was let's put it this way. It was made by Universal Studios.
Yeah, but how?
So it had the budget of Universal Studios.
So it was good?
Really good.
Okay, all right. The one I've been in, I've only been in one. I want to go in another probably this month. But when I was 14, I went in one with my dad and my little brother, and it was in. I'm trying to remember. It's in like Massachusetts, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember, but we went in this, and I had no idea what to expect from a haunted house. I thought it was going to be some cakewalk, okay? I thought it wouldn't be that bad. I thought I would be able to see where I was going. But no, that was not the case. I was misjudged completely as a stupid, retarded 14-year-old. So, we go in, and then the first thing we hear is that this is actually kind of a funny story. Because, I mean, you know, because it's me getting scared and shit, and also because I'm stupid, but,
It's funny for me, don't worry.
oh, I'm sure it's fucking hilarious for you. It wasn't so funny for me at the time, though, I'll tell you that. But
Personal problem.
but we got a safe word, in case something
Penis?
happens. I don't remember what the safe word was, but I doubt it was that. But, yeah, we had a safe word. It was like bananas or something, or Wendy's chili,
Penis.
whatever. Fine, penis. My dad screams penis when he gets scared. Imagine that. Imagine you get jumped jump scared and then you just yell penis or whatever. Or imagine you're jumping somebody and yell it. I don't know.
That's how you get the. That's how you get the actors to start laughing.
Dude, I've actually wondered that. Like, what if I am so stupid and like if I act retarded enough, you think they would either feel sorry for me or you think they would start laughing? I want an
Just
actor to
fake having a
break.
heart attack.
I want an actor to, or you have to outscare them. What you want to how to outscare them? I'll tell you all how to
Y'all
do it.
penis.
Okay? No, you got to do something way worse. So, you bring my coworker. And then he's drunk. He's like, "Hey, man, this isn't my bedroom." And then he looks at like some of the female clowns that look ratchet, and he's like, "Hey, you're kind of hot." And then he's like, he's over here putting lotion on his dick. He's stroking his dick in the middle of the theme park in a haunted house. But that's how you get like the Harley Quinn looking ass bitches to start running away from you. That's how you terrify them. Okay. But, you could do that, or, you know, you could just... I wonder what would happen if, like, someone scared you and you'd shit your pants. Do you think... I wonder if the actors would start laughing at that. What do you think, Lenny?
Of course, they'd start laughing.
He just fucking... just... It's like the dude that punched his computer, like, when he got jump scared by the scary maze. His pants are all wet and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, but hold up. Before we start this video, I really have to shit.
You know, I have to pee, so that works out perfectly. I'll be right back, too. Lenny, please don't tell me you had the headset on when you were taking a dump.
No, I was vacuuming.
I thought you said you were pooping.
Well, I
feel
did
lied
that too, but
How the hell did you do that fast? Did you poop in the vacuum?
No.
I don't know. I guess that vacuum was pretty hungry. Imagine
No,
you
it's
poop in
called.
the vacuum.
You ever heard of diarrhea?
Diarrhea in the vacuum?
In the toilet.
You mean the vacuum?
In the toilet.
Dude, that's not quick. That's painful and long.
Diarrhea? Not
Yes.
really. Especially if you had it as long as I have.
Bruh, I've had it pretty long too. I like to think that I have a PhD in diarrhea. When it comes to fucking experience, bro.
I think I have a PhD. You have a master's degree, if anything.
I have a pretty good damn idea on what goes on when you get it, okay? Why the hell are we talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is 3 scariest true horror stories in haunted house. Oh wait, I never finished my story. So let me finish my story real quick. So, yeah, but anyway, we got the safety penis word, and, we went in, and it's pitch black, dude. You can't see anything, which I'm sure you know as well, Lenny, of course. You can't see nothing in there. And, bro, there were people that were, like, on the floor grabbing my legs. There were people that would jump out at me. Dude, Lenny, how do you not... How do you resist the urge in punching people in the face sometimes? Even though you know it's their job.
Self-control.
I'm surprised I had this shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright? Because I was about to Floyd Mayweather you bitch, okay? Well, I guess it's more like Ray Rice. But anyway, though, I mean, it was the worst jump scare that got me surprisingly was when a truck just turned on real quick and then it looked like it was about to hit me. So that scared the shit out of me. But you wanna know what's funny is that since it's so dark, like you're not 100% sure where you gotta go a lot of the time. Lenny, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's not just, you know...
You have to feel the walls, practically.
Yeah. And since we didn't know, we accidentally opened up an emergency door to leave. And it was like a white hallway or whatever that was really well lit. And we started walking down it. And then, like, someone had to start running after us. He's like, yo, you're going the wrong way. And, bro, I'm surprised the fire alarm didn't go off. I'm going to be honest. Because it was one of those doors that say... It was one of the, yeah, probably, but it was one of the doors that say if you open, the fire alarm's going to go off and the firefighters are on the way or something like that. So, I'm kind of surprised, but the whole haunted house, though, I went through it and it got me quite a few times. I mean, I was also like 14, so just have that in consideration, but, it got me, though. It got me. So, haunted houses can be freaky. I guess that's all I'm saying. You have anything, Lenny?
Nada. Not really, to be honest.
Alright, well, let's get into it then. Also, real quick, can you hear that okay?
Yes.
Alright.
Actually, quite loud.
Alright, I'll turn it down halfway. I'll take you off halfway, man.
Oh, don't. No.
For only 2 years, there was this pop-up haunted house attraction that would open in October. It was unofficially called Haunted Hill House.
I wonder where that
because
is.
there was some sign that looked like it was bought from Party City or something that was propped in front by the parking lot.
What the hell are you laughing at already?
Just, they find out, just like, oh wait, John's in the haunted house. Alright, hold on, shh. We got this, we can scare him good. He's walking down it, and then a pop-up of Lester B comes out of nowhere and goes, John's my wife. John.
I don't think so. I think that'll turn into softcore pornography, dude. Thank God
be
John's
like-
not here.
Lot, and it said Haunted Hill House. The parking lot wasn't actually a parking lot at all, just grass that was designated as a parking area. This was the year they closed down, and this was the year my friends and I went. I went with Matt, Michael, and Eddie. We went on a Thursday night because we were in college and all of us had Fridays off. So it was definitely quieter than it would have been on a weekend. There was surprisingly no line for the ticket stand, and when we followed the directions to the entrance, there was only a really short line there, I'd say like 4 people ahead of me. What we didn't realize though, is that they were only letting one person in at a time. We had no idea that was part of this haunted house.
Real quick, I have a question. Would you ever do a haunted house all by yourself?
If I had the opportunity, I don't see why not.
I would never do that. Hell to the fuck no. Lenny, I mean, even though it's a prop, like, I really hope that if you ever explore buildings or wherever, you don't go in a room all by yourself, because who knows what's going to be in there.
Okay, if you're talking like that, I'll have someone with me. Like an abandoned building, I'll have someone with me and a gun in my pocket.
Okay, well, that's good. I
But
don't
if,
think
let's
you'll...
say-
Yeah, you're going.
But let's say, theoretically, we were doing like a haunted investigation, I'd sit in a room by myself.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, a building you've never been in before for the first time and all that stuff. All that jazz.
Yeah, why not?
Bro, fuck that. That's stupid. Because you don't know, there could be a crazy homeless guy there, dude, and that will attack you. Because it's not ghosts you gotta be scared of. It's, like, people. Because you never know where the crazy Oregon crackheads are lying, Lenny. They could be on your shoes right now.
Well, most of them are in Portland, so...
Man, capiche. In Baltimore, it don't matter, bro. There's probably a decent amount of crackheads where I live. I mean, like, you know, in certain locations more than others, but, I mean, you never know, though. I mean, there's literally, if you go 2 miles down the road, there's literally a Satan house, where there's, like, a pentagram and shit. There's people that are crazy, bro. So, I don't know. And I'm not even in the city, I'm just next to it. Anyway, though, let's keep watching. I would never, though. That's all I'm saying.
If anything, this would make it scarier. We shoved Michael in front to go first. I was second to last before Eddie. Every couple of minutes, they would tell the next person to go in. When Matt went in ahead of me, I actually started to get nervous. I hadn't done a haunted house since I was a little kid and I was with my family. Then it was my turn to go in, as this woman dressed in some bloody costume opened the door and told me to enter.
Look, listen.
I stepped through the door, and as it shut behind me, I was in this dark building, lit up mainly by small flashing lights. As I walked through, I was faced with a bunch of gruesome props of mutilated dead corpses and other pretty horrific things. Once in a while, actors dressed in horrific costumes would jump from around corners or through little holes in the walls. And just about every single time they got me, because I jumped.
It's a spook.
Hallway separating 2 rooms.
That'll get me too.
And I felt something brush up on me from behind. I let out a short scream as I turned, and in the darkness, I could see a tall figure in front of me. I laughed after seeing it. Then something I wasn't expecting happened next. The actor started pushing me down this dark hallway.
This gives me
I could hardly see
flashbacks a little
anything.
bit. Because it reminds me of the
going
one
along
I
with
was
it, thinking
in.
this was part of the attraction. I don't remember how long exactly I was allowing this actor to push me in the darkness, but eventually he stopped, and I heard a door close, and things went silent. I didn't know what was happening. I still thought this was part of the act, and I was definitely scared because it was pitch black. Then I felt hands grabbing me, but in a very weird way, not in a way that a haunted house actor should. I was being full on grabbed, so I
Grabbing
pushed
some
the person
penis.
off and said, "Get the fuck off me, dude." I stood there in silence now. I said, "You're going too far, man. You can't touch people like that," thinking this was still just part of the haunted house act.
Oh, dude, that guy's being way too nice.
Expecting the actor to progress me to the next part of the attraction.
I'll
or
beat
just
his
do
ass.
something. But nothing was happening. Enough time passed now that I knew this wasn't right.
And real quick, this is another reason why, okay? What if you're in all by yourself, and then Chester the molester is just, you know, he took Viagra or whatever, and he's like horny as shit, Lenny. You gonna let Chester the molester do this to you, Lenny? Chester the Lester B do this to you?
Chester the Lester.
Chester the Lester. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Don't take Lenny's advice. Don't go in haunted houses by yourself, or else you may get molested by Lester B. That's all I gotta say. Lenny, I'm talking to you too, okay?
Man, why are you talking to me?
Because I want you getting molested by Lester B. That's John's job. Anyway, let's keep going.
So I took out my phone, even though they told us not to take our phones out at any time during the attraction. I turned on the flashlight and found myself in a storage room with props and janitorial equipment. But I'd be lying if I said that was the first thing I noticed.
I wonder how the
First thing
actors
that
can
caught my
even
attention
see.
was the tall man, standing 3 or 4 feet away from me.
They sit in
He
one
didn't
spot.
look like an actor
Krush.
at all. He wasn't wearing a costume. He was
Yeah, but this guy wasn't in one spot though. This guy was moving this person all over the place apparently.
We're about to find out now, aren't we?
I suppose so. Let's keep watching.
just wearing all black with a black face mask covering half his face. I looked for the door as I said, "What are you doing, dude?"
I'll kick that dude in the
He
nuts.
didn't say anything. He just started making these motions with his arms as if he was acting like he was supposed to be a character. I found the door and left the room. I used my phone flashlight to navigate back down the dark hall the direction we came. When I found the next actor, who yelled at me to turn off my flashlight, I told them I was violated and assaulted by somebody who may or may not work for the attraction, and I wanted to get out of there. I could tell the actor was probably just some teenager not much younger than me, and he didn't know what to do really. He dropped his character act and told me to just keep walking that way and that I'm almost to the end. I asked where his boss would be. He said I'd have to go back to the ticket stand as the little manager's office is attached to the ticket stand. So I continued the rest of the haunted house, speed walking, making it clear I was just trying to get out. And a few minutes later, I was out. I found all 3 of my friends, who were confused how I ended up getting out last. I told them what happened, and then we all went to the ticket stand, and I asked for the manager. The worker said that he wasn't there tonight, but that he'd be back tomorrow. I told the worker about what happened, and she said she would alert the team about it. I requested my money back because of it.
It was
She gave me
definitely
back
the
my
manager.
30. It was the next day that a girl from our college, who we all knew, posted on Facebook that she was sexually assaulted by someone in the same haunted house the night before, the night we were also there. This was the reason the place was eventually shut down that month. When I reached out to her on Facebook, it sounded like we had the same exact experience, only the aggressor got a lot more physical with her. She pressed charges on the owner of the attraction for, I'm assuming, negligence. The attraction staff of course swore that that man who assaulted the 2 of us didn't actually work there. I'm sure that's the truth, but I don't understand how they didn't have proper security measures in place to prevent something like this from happening.
I don't know what you think. Do you think it was the manager, Lenny? Because it seems awfully inconvenient he wasn't there. Unless he was taking a dump.
Yeah, I would probably say it was the manager, honestly.
It was the manager. Instead of being
Manager
a Karen,
B.
instead of being the Karen for once, Lester B was the abusive manager. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it was Lester though. And the girl was John.
You gotta love
First
how
and
it's just
last
like they're like, "Hey man, a girl got assaulted. Yeah, let's blame Lester, man."
No, Lester's gonna be like, "Hey boys, I got laid." And then it sounds so fucked up when I say it like that, but that's how Lester, I don't know, I feel like Lester would downplay something like that. He's fucking weird, dude. As fucked up as that was.
Well, if
Alright.
you think that's
Time.
bad, I'm just gonna. I don't know why. When you said that, I just remembered the frickin'. Do you remember the one? Is it scary? Where you're like, "Hey, no, it wasn't as scary as the backrooms game." Where you're like, "Hey, boy, like my penis."
Bro, I just made a rape joke, and we're talking about that.
Of course, just hey, boy, you like my penis.
Bro, that was a video game, and it wasn't like that. That was taken out of context. What happened
funny
was,
as hell.
anyone that doesn't know, we were playing the backrooms, and then,
The backroom society.
and then I spray painted a penis on the wall, and then I blurted out being a retard.
There was a wretch under you. There was a wretch under you too.
Oh, yeah,
you were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to the wretch.
Oh yeah, and I sprayed my I
You
sprayed my paper. God damn it! I hate dyslexia so much, bro. It makes me say the dumbest shit.
That's
I
not
sprayed
dyslexia,
my
that's
spray paint.
retardation. That's retardation.
What's the difference at this point? If Cogsby can blame his dyslexia, I can blame mine. Okay.
The difference between you and Cogsby is Cogsby openly says in his own words that he wants to talk to kids in the park. You are saying he sprayed your penis on a wall.
Technically, I guess I did. I made art.
Dude, it sounds like you just like in the middle of the back room just took a piss on the wall.
You have to make it with something. No, but I fucking no. I used spray paint, and then I told the wretch, "You want to see my penis?"
No,
was
you were like,
taken out
"Hey
of
boy, you
context.
like my penis?" You're like, "Hey boy, you like my penis?"
It was taken
And then
out
I'm
of
just
context.
me who's running around frantically trying to find the X. I was like, "What the hell are you doing up there?
Oh yeah, I was just
The hell are you doing over there?" And you were like, "Wait, wait, wait, wait," and then you realize what you said.
I was chilling, and then that came out. Anyway, let's stop talking about this. Let's talk about scary stuff, not me making really bad penis jokes and rape jokes.
I ever went to a haunted house attraction.
Funny.
I live in Fort Worth, Texas, and every year there's this big haunted house
Or
attraction that opens up. A few of my friends wanted to go this year, and I figured it's time I just finally experience a haunted house. For a little early context, I had a very troubled childhood that's caused me to develop PTSD, but I'll get more into that later.
Sean's the father.
It was a weekend, so nobody wanted to go into this sober. My friend Noah hosted a
Don't blame
little
him.
pregame for all of us. It was going to be 6 of us, my 3 guy friends and 2
Get
of their
the keg
girlfriends. We all smoked
Krush,
and
I have a
drank in Noah's
question.
backyard.
If
Yeah.
let's say you and I fly to Maryland or etc. Can we please do an irresponsible twats recording of us just drunk cooking?
Bro, there's gonna be liquor is people say that liquor's evil, but liquor's actually like the fucking key to everything for stupidity. You could do drunk
Now-
cooking, you could go fucking in a haunted house drunk. You could
Let me ask you, but this is what I was talking about. I was watching a boys episode, and what happened was they would cook, right? And they had a timer for 5 minutes. And every 5 minutes they had to draw a card, and the card would say something like, "Take a shot."
yeah,
You want to do that? Can we do that?
sure I guess, but we're gonna end up making a more revolting fucking alien cake than hair cake.
All right, guys, we're making shit cake drunk
Oh
cooking
hell
style.
no. Shit cake. Bro,
Yeah.
I already know who's gonna be wanting to add their secret ingredient. We're looking at them right now on the screen.
What's gonna happen is you're just gonna be sitting there, right? And you know how in Filthy Frank's video they mixed in vomit cake, they mixed all the ingredients inside one of the chefs? You're just doing that, but what you do is you just eat a bunch of flour, eggs, and milk, and then just shit it into a pan.
Well, I'm gonna give Lenny a fucking bacon cheeseburger.
Oh, that will definitely make me run.
And then we're gonna, but instead of us eating it, because we'll die from doing that, we'll just trick Lester B when he's stoned. We'll be like, hey Lester, we baked you a pie of shit. And then he'll be like, man, this chocolate tastes kind of funny. What do you think, Lenny?
I had soda in my mouth, you asshole.
What?
I was taking a drink, or just better yet, John comes up and just like, hey, John, you want a bite? Oh, sure.
And then Lester's like, this kind of tastes good, man. Where'd you get it from?
His eye is like, man, this is good. Can I have a second?
Yeah, and then Lenny's gonna be like, you wanna know where I got from? You want seconds? So let's do it. And then he pulls his pants down, goes full moon, and then and then he just pops a squat. And then Lester's
I ain't playing turkey with Lester B. I'm not playing turkey with Lester B. That's not happening. You know what I mean when I say play turkey, right?
Yes.
What do I mean then?
Well, I think I know what you mean, and if it's not, then I'm gonna sound super fucked up.
Alright, say it.
When I think of turkey, I picture stuffing the turkey.
No. Okay, so my grandpa.
Oh, it wasn't that? It wasn't
No.
that? Okay.
So when I say play turkey, this is what I mean. My grandpa, what he would do is he would say, you know what? If anyone ever threatens you, just say, hey, you want to play turkey? I'll bend over and you gobble gobble.
I mean, that's not that much better, but yeah. I was literally...
And I was like, I ain't playing turkey.
The way I thought you were talking, I thought you literally... You know how you stuff a turkey?
Yes, I know how you stuff a turkey.
I don't know why, but it's like if when Patrick grabs a snowball, Lester's just gonna grab the shit from your butt. Oh my god.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh man, that got me dying. That was funny. That was so funny. Anyway, let's keep watching. Oh man, that's not leaving my head anytime soon.
Everyone thinking it would make the experience more fun. We bought our tickets for the attraction on their website while we were pre-gaming. I rarely ever smoked weed because it makes me kind of paranoid. But I guess tonight I wanted to try
wonder
smoking
why.
again and see if I could overcome that barrier.
That does
It felt
happen
good
sometimes.
actually. I think the mix of alcohol and weed kind of canceled out the usual negative thoughts I would have from just smoking alone. Eventually, we called an Uber to the attraction.
By the way, this isn't true, anyone that's watching. If you drink alcohol with weed, I mean, it can help, but it won't stop that. You can still get just as paranoid. Just letting y'all know.
It's not
like
more.
20 minutes away.
No, I don't think you'll get more, but I mean, it won't help though. It won't help, and you'll feel like garbage because the more you drink, the more tipsy you'll be. The more it becomes harder to do stuff. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do it just to get rid of paranoia. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Away for Noah's house. There was a half-hour line. The place was pretty busy. We made friendly with the people in line ahead of us. I was pretty cross-faded, honestly, but I wasn't gone. Like, I remember just about everything that happened. When we got to the front, I started feeling a bit woozy.
It's not a bad idea,
I
by the
didn't
way.
say anything to my friends. We entered the haunted house. From the start, there was a lot of screaming and intensity.
Pause.
The actors were really good, but
Fucking God. There we go. What?
I'm just imagining. Just imagine. Yeah, we were sitting there making friendly with the guys. Yeah, and the guy in front of him is Lester B. He's like, "Hey guys, John's my wife." John... This is still a podcast. We have to make fun of John.
Wait, what?
Just imagine. He's sitting there high, right? And the person in front of him when he was talking to is just Lester B. And Lester's like, "Hey guys, you excited for the haunted house? Yeah, my wife's in here, John."
I mean, yeah, I can picture that happening, but I don't think Lester would ever go in the haunted house. He's too afraid, bruh. He's too afraid. Like, oh man. Anyway, what we gotta do though is we gotta make John go solo in one of the haunted houses, and then behind him, you'll notice like a fucking one of those old medieval doors. It will start to rise, and then on the other side of the bars, you'll see Lester be. He's like, "John's my wife," and then John will have to escape the haunted house before Lester can find him.
It's like it's like playing Dead by Daylight.
Pretty much. Anyway, let's hear what happens.
A bit woozy, but I didn't say anything to my friends. We entered the haunted house, and from the start, there was a lot of screaming and intensity. The actors were really good, but intense, and it was starting to give me anxiety. I was starting to realize
My
how
anxiety,
dumb
man.
it was, and how much of a mistake
That would
getting
happen.
high
My
was. The haunted
anxiety.
house
That will happen though.
actors
I know.
must have realized how
Weed
scared and
happens
quiet
to do
I
that to
was,
people.
and he chose to get in my face trying to scare me, yelling and making noises. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to internally freak out, but I was trying to keep it together in front of my friends. This haunted house was going on for what felt like forever, and in my condition, every single jump scare made me almost shit my pants. All the flashing lights and fog really made this whole experience even more trippy and surreal.
Oh, I'm sorry, person
We
that
came
wrote
to this
that.
room lit up with an eerie red glow, with a bloodied man dressed as a guy in a suit and top hat yelling at us, part of the act. But behind him, in the corner of the room, was a guy who wasn't dressed as anything. He was just standing there looking at me, into my soul. And as I realized I was looking at the face of my father, I let out a scream straight from my stomach, as I felt every hair in my body stand up. The room went silent, and my friends looked at me laughing at first, thinking I was joking around. But when they saw I was serious, one of the girls grabbed me and asked what's wrong. I said it's my dad. I pointed to the corner where there was now no one standing. I remember all my friends and the actor being confused, and everyone could tell I was not messing around. My friends knew about my troubled past. "There's no one there," one of my friends said. The actor apparently asked my friends if I was okay. I was now in the middle of a full-on panic attack.
Thank God he reminded
yelling,
me
"I
of
wanna
that,
leave,
because I
I
was
wanna
about to make a
leave."
terrible joke.
Noah left with me through a side exit, and he sat with me while our friends finished the attraction. It wasn't cheap, so I wasn't going to make them all come out with me. As we sat outside the place, Noah told me I shouldn't have smoked so much, as he tried to assure me that my dad wasn't in there. I was just hallucinating. So my father used to abuse my siblings and I. I'm the oldest, so I remember the most of it. He left us and our mom one day and never came back when I was 10. My close friends know about this, to a certain extent, so I didn't have to explain to Noah. When our friends were done, they met us at a Wendy's nearby where I was just trying to eat to help calm me down. I was embarrassed, but my friends didn't judge, thankfully.
Calm the nerves.
Not to my face, at least.
Big old bat
I went
club
home
full of
earlier
chili.
than everyone else. Calm me
Big
down.
old bat
I was
club full of
embarrassed, but my
chili.
friends didn't judge, thankfully. Not to my face, at least. I went home earlier than everyone else. I didn't want to spoil their nights. When I got home, I knocked out right away, I guess because of how drunk and high I was. That night I was having a nightmare about the scene at the haunted house, and my father, standing in the corner of the room, he was saying, "Wake up, Charlie." And I did wake up. I woke up in my dark room in the middle of the night to see my father, towering over my bed, looking down at me with his eyes open super wide. It was literally this towering, 9-foot-tall version of my father, bending down with his body contorting in an impossible way. When I saw it, it took me a few seconds for me to digest what I was looking at.
Does that look
and
like
screamed
Sean?
straight from my stomach again. My mom came rushing in and turned on the lights.
yeah, if you went
and
on
the
a
apparition
diet.
was gone. My heart was racing and my blood ran cold. I cried to my mom that I saw Dad. It was one of the most scarring nights of my adult life. I don't touch weed or any substances anymore besides light alcohol. And I'm never going to a haunted house attraction again after that.
Karma.
Yeah. That dude just took... That dude... That's not really... I don't know. That's not really that much of a haunted house story. That's more of just like PTSD or whatever. But because I've smoked a lot, I've drank a lot, and I've done both together a lot, and I've never had anything like that happen. So I think that would have
Did you go in
happened.
a haunted house after it?
That's not the point. No, but yeah, it's not the point. Because because dude, the whole story, like 3/4 of the story is his PTSD. So, I mean, still good story though.
Is it okay? This is how you know I'm a bad person. Is when It was like I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack, and the first thing that comes into my mind is my anxiety, man.
Bro, I mean, we can joke about that, that's fine. But, like, it's people like this dude that have real anxiety, not fucking pretend anxiety for attention seekers like Lester B. So, that's whatever. But this guy, though, to be fair, he only had it because he did smoke. He's stupid for doing that. Because he should, by then, know how weed will affect him. But whatever. Anyway, let's see the last one.
During COVID, I thought it would be fun to get a job at a local haunted house attraction. My friend Marissa was already working there, and she told me they were looking for new actors and actresses. She pulled some strings and got me a job after I met with the owner. There were multiple sections to the haunted house attraction, including 3 haunted houses and the haunted corn maze. On my first day on the job, there was some slight rehearsing my character and just demonstrating my acting skills to one of the supervisors who was on duty. My role for the night was assigned to be a damsel in distress, and this meant I was going to be tied to a pole and yelling at the guests to help me as they walked past me. Of course, all guests would be told before entering not to touch any of the actors or actresses, so they would know not to actually untie me when I'm screaming "help me." So before opening time, the supervisor/coordinator Jeremiah walked me to my post.
What?
It's damsel in distress in a haunted house. Now you know they had to make an extra roll just for her.
I mean, you gotta add the frightening aspect, dude. You gotta make it look real.
Ah, yes, apparently you're scared of women.
Dude, there's people out, I don't know. I mean, John got scared of a girl that wanted to tie his shoes, so it could happen.
Forget about that story.
And then there's also that McLovin scene from Superbad where, like, the girl looks behind her. This dude's looking at this girl's ass, and then the girl looks behind him, and she's like, huh? Or whatever. And then the guy looks at his watch. He's like, it's 10:15. Then proceeds to walk the other way. That's how some dudes be, bro. But nah, like, I mean, come on, dude. It's a haunted house. You gotta have uncomfortable screams, you know? Anyway.
Quite literally my post, because I'd be tied to a wooden post in the corn maze. I was honestly surprised that I actually had to be tied up and not just pretend. I asked how I would go to the bathroom and such. He said there would be short breaks between sessions. He also said there would be another supervisor nearby if I should need anything, which made me feel a little better. Once he walked away, I was left alone. There were a bunch of sound effects and scary ambiance loops echoing through the cornfield from the various speakers hidden throughout the maze. Pretty soon, a little air horn sounded in the distance, indicating that the attraction was open and to get into character. I was nervous but excited. Since I was more so in the middle of the corn maze, it wasn't until a few minutes passed that the first guest would be passing me. I started to put on my best performance as a damsel in distress, so I screamed and fake cried, begging everyone who passed for help, saying he's coming back soon, untie me. Some people would play along and say things back, and I'd improvise responses in character. Everyone was wearing face masks because of COVID, so I couldn't see people's entire faces. Eventually, 2 male guests who looked to be in their 30s walked past looking at me, not saying a word. One of them slowed down as he just shot me this gaze with his big eyes that quite honestly creeped me out. They kept walking and disappeared further into the maze. This was around the time I was starting to realize there would be long gaps between guests sometimes. I could suddenly hear someone brushing through the crops nearby. I was wondering if it was a staff member. The guests weren't supposed to stray off the path. I turned completely around and saw 2 men emerging from the crops, towards the pole I was tied to, the same 2 men from before. Something wasn't right. I broke character and said, "You guys can't stray off the path," and then one of them laughed under their mask, and the 2 men started speaking in some other language, I think Russian. Then one of them walked back to the path, but in the opposite direction that the guests are supposed to go. He just started standing there, keeping watch it seemed, while the other one started to inappropriately grab me.
Hey Tim, can you turn up the
I knew what was
volume a tiny
happening
bit?
immediately.
Hey, what?
Can you turn up the volume a tiny bit?
Yeah.
I started screaming bloody murder, saying help, this isn't part of the act. I called out things like I'm being assaulted, and moments later one of the supervisors emerged, seeing if I was okay. By then, the 2 men had already run away. I was untied and escorted out of the maze. I called my parents, and they insisted I just leave right now. I left, and Jeremiah and one of the other supervisors said I'd be paid for the night, and if I didn't want to come back, they'd understand, but to just keep them in the loop. I wish I could say it was over, though. On my drive home, I was extra cautious to make sure I wasn't being followed. I noticed halfway home that the same white car was behind me the whole time. I started making turns down random streets, and when the white car stayed behind me every single time, I knew I was being followed. I knew I had to find the nearest police precinct, so I typed in police station on Google Maps, and I started driving to it.
Okay, that's
They
smart.
followed me the whole way until I pulled into the parking lot of the precinct. Then they kept driving. I never saw the car again. I sat in my car for 10 minutes before finally turning it back on and driving home, confirming every few seconds that I wasn't being followed. I didn't return to work at that haunted house attraction again.
Okay. Well, that's that. That was pretty good. That chick at the very end, definitely smart. Most of these story times, you got people being dumb as fuck retards, dude. But I don't know. The girl at the end was pretty smart. People were for the most part smart, except that second dude, who clearly didn't know how to handle his weed. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this was good. Definitely deserves a thumb up. Fucking love Mr. Nightmare. Go on.
Oh yeah. There's one thing I do want to. There's one thing, and this is more of a request. One of these days for Halloween, we need to do like a big stream or something.
I can see what we can do coming up.
Like not Halloween Day, because Halloween Day is my day to party, hand out candy, eat candy, and then get drunk.
Alright, then fucking Halloween before that.
We'll do like the 30th of October.
Yeah, something like that.
What's with all the freaking DSP on your shit right now?
This is one of the troll channels.
Oh,
This
I thought that was your homepage for a second.
No, this is on one of the troll channels. I don't know, I'm just scrolling.
Your
through.
homepage is just filled with Dave. Just
No,
filled with David.
this is the outsider. This dude
David
makes all
Rickard.
of this is how you don't
the,
play.
the village. The village.
What?
Scroll down, look at the village. Has
Oh.
Resident Evil Village.
No, these are pretty good.
Sure.
These are pretty good. Look at the Call of Duty one.
That's a thumbnail you would make.
Alright, y'all. We gonna
I
be
farted.
wrapping it up here. What?
I farted.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for sharing. Need to hear that. Or else I wouldn't be complete in life. Anyway though, y'all, hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, make sure to either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out, or else, as you see on my screen, Dave over here will magically turn into Lenny, except the thumbnails will remain the same, but whenever you hover over it and you think you're going to see gameplay and Dave sucking, you're going to see Lenny mooning the camera, okay? So y'all don't want that.
Moon man, can't you see?
You're gonna basically become King Neptune from SpongeBob, except people are gonna be pointing at Lenny's ass saying, my eyes, or something like that.
My nose!
My leg.
My leg. My...
Come on, you get it.
Of course
But
I get it.
anyway, though, make sure y'all do that though, or else that will happen to you, your mom, and your cat. So yeah, just make sure you do that, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.